I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I spent 8 years of my adult life in the military being forced to be apolitical. I'm no longer in that position, so I can voice my opinions publicly in regards to how I view politics. I'm new to politics, right? So the Freedom Convoy was the great awakening for me, as well as many others that are, similar age bracket. I'm 28 years old. I got a child on the way. End of the year. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, like a lot of other Canadians are, right? For our future, for our democracy, and everything. Now, what's the best way to make money? Well, for business, the best way to make money is if you can provide a fix to a problem that either exists or that you can create the problem. That's an excellent way to make money. Remember fidget spinners, right? No one had a problem. No one had a problem. We all lived happily before fidget spinners and happily after fidget spinners. I haven't seen a fidget spinner in years, but you know how much money they made? Billions. And you know how they did it? They created a problem. Here's the problem. We're all fidgety. We all need something to do. So, best way to do that is to preoccupy your time. Now, how did they do that? With something to keep you preoccupied with. The liberal government just kind of seems to be doing the same thing. Okay, this whole COVID thing has been politicized. You'd be like living under a rock to not see that. And I'm allowed to say that because I lived in a van for years. You've always been able to protest freely in Canada. That's never been a debate. I've never participated in protests until this year because why would I, dude? Protests are for like long-haired hippies that smoke weed and live in a van. Now that I'm not apolitical, I'm realizing, hey, there's more to life than just myself. Let's focus on what's going on in the world. Better yet, let's focus on what's going on in the country. I've noticed that the TRUDEAU government has openly said they allow protests, but it has to fit their confines, right? And so now we're forced to abide by their rules and their definitions, and they keep changing it. Every few weeks, they keep changing the definitions. So we have no control. It's like the speed limits. Imagine you're so used to driving 60 kilometers an hour down one road, right? And then 30 kilometers one day, 100 kilometers next, and you're just confused. Like, what? Why do you keep changing it? We're just so used to this one way. I understand changing things is part of progression in humanity, but dude, you're doing it way too often. That's what they're doing with protests. They're allowing protests, but under their rules, and they're enforcing what their definition of protests are. And that's what we're seeing in Ottawa, is they're providing a problem and then they're solving it. You're allowed to protest, but we're gonna make sure that you do it the right way. Peaceful. Look how peaceful that is. Everyone's just standing around. That whole area has been blocked off. They're allowed to stand there. Canadian flags. Seems appropriate. We're in Canada. I see lots of nice people. And there is the solution to the problem. We're going to let you do this, but we're going to make sure that you're doing it within our rules. Totally unnecessary. That's a total intimidation tactic. TRUDEAU, I see what you're doing. Millions of people, not only in Canada, but around the world, are seeing what you're doing. It's not going to work, man. You're not allowed to provide a problem, create a problem, and then provide a solution right in front of our eyes like this. We're not allowing. That's why people keep getting back up. They keep showing up. No one has been aggressive. No one is acting out towards the police. Everybody that's going here is they're intelligent about it. They're peaceful. They're loving. They're caring. They're empathetic. All of the great things. The economy is not being affected. No one's business is being affected. This isn't a insurrection or whatever you guys want to call it. These aren't terrorists. These are people that live in your country, that live in our country. And you call yourself the leader? Bro, I live in a freaking van down by the ocean, and I'm pretty sure I'd make a better leader than you. Like and follow for more. You know what the end of the clip's going to be. Emotional damage.
Sorry? I thought I was gonna make it through this, but no. It hurts.
Emotional damage!